My head has been in the clouds.
Okay. You've just been a bit more like daydreamy head in the clouds or like feel kind of foggy head in the clouds?
All
That
right,
was almost,
here we are.
that was almost perfect.
We back.
Hi.
Been good, been busy, been fun, been tiring. Tiring? Wow. I'm good. I'm here. So
She's awake.
lately, I don't know if I've just been noticing it more or what, but and I may be using this wrong, but my head has been in the clouds.
Okay. You've just been a bit more like daydreamy head in the clouds or like feel kind of foggy head in the clouds?
I would say
Or
neither. It's more
oh,
of like I drive in the morning to work
uh-huh.
and it's during sunrise or early morning, like right after sunrise. I get to see all the beautiful clouds and all of the
Oh.
cloud shapes, and sometimes they're very pillowy looking, sometimes they're very like jagged looking.
Was that super jagged?
Yeah, it's like knives.
Okay.
Come on
Okay.
now.
No, I get it.
And then just all of the different shapes that they do, but also then how the sunlight comes through them.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if it's the area or I'm just noticing it more or whatever, but I never noticed any other area that I've been in where frequently when you have shapes of clouds, you also have like columns of light.
Mm-hmm.
And we get them quite often here,
You
right?
don't remember growing up in Indiana and there would be like clouds with like a hole and you would just see like this beam coming down?
No, not usually beam of light, usually be like a torrential downpour was coming in. It was dark,
But you
of
didn't
what I
have this.
remember. I'm sure they were there. I'm just
It
saying, like,
could be
now
that
I'm
you're just
remembering.
older that
I'm appreciating the
those.
small things.
I mean, because you're over the halfway mark.
No, I'm not.
If you only live to 80.
What? Don't say that about my life.
I mean, if you only live to 80, you're over the halfway mark. So now you're like, oh wow, things are so pretty.
But yeah, no, like the colors of oranges and pinks and stuff in the sky
Mm-hmm.
and just all of like the crazy clouds. But it's not even just the morning stuff, it's also in the afternoon too. Like
Yeah.
lately, there's been very interesting cloud formations where
Tis
you'll
the
be like
season.
pillowy white on top, but it's like the bottom is like poured
Angry.
flat
Mm-hmm.
and black.
Yeah.
Like there, it's not ombre, it's
Mm-hmm.
like line and just black,
It's like you're gonna make biscuits, but just burn the bottoms.
right? Or it's like, oh, that cloud needs to go to the bathroom,
Yeah, that cloud is doing its potty dance.
right?
That cloud
So
looks happy on
no
top.
wonder it's so fluffy on top. It's all full, right?
Or all of it has sunk down, and so the top is just empty. It's
Mhm.
like when you have a Slurpee and you suck all the juice out, and
Yeah,
then
and
it's
then you
just
all got a
ice.
chunk of ice at the
Yeah,
bottom.
so it's just the
Yeah,
ice on top and the
that is like
Slurpee
the
goo on
worst.
bottom.
I always did not like that about ices.
Slushies.
Ices, slushies.
Your 7-Eleven closest one is like indie.
Yeah, it was for sure. So we did not have the fancy dancy Slurpee.
We had ices too at the Kmart.
We had
Well, we didn't
ices.
call it the Kmart.
We had,
At Kmart.
we had ices at the Kmart.
Yeah,
That people did call it that where I'm from.
that's true.
Um,
They also say the Walmart.
they do.
I'm like, that's interesting.
And
I never understood why though they said the in
because we
the
only had one in the area, it's not like out here where it's really populous and you have multiples.
Yeah, but I mean, for a long time we had one Walmart.
What do you mean? There was like three in a 10-mile stretch.
No, but now we have a lot more, but we did not at that point.
Anyway,
I think it's
we
just
also
cultural.
had
It's cute.
slush puppies. Not hush puppies,
Right,
slush
right, right,
puppies.
right. Where were slush puppies from? That sounds familiar.
Different convenience stores like Marathon, I think, had them.
Oh, maybe. And they were red blue,
Mm-hmm.
usually. Okay.
Yep. Red and blue. Gotta get that red 40 in. And then you had the
Drinking
other
down
ones
that
that
delicious
were
nerve agent.
at the different convenience stores. They didn't have icy or slushy, but they had. It was always weird to me that they were able to get this like together, but it was always like Mountain Dew or Coca-Cola slush.
Oh, uh-huh. I don't know that we had Mountain Dew,
You didn't have Mountain Dew?
but we had Coke.
7-Elevens have Mountain Dew because I've seen it since we've been out here.
Slushy?
Slurpee, yeah.
Oh, at the seven. Oh,
But we had it in our, knockoff brands
interesting.
back home.
But usually it was like Coke or cherry. And you would go back and forth and make yourself a cherry Coke.
Yeah, for sure. But
Sorry, clouds.
anyway,
They are really beautiful
detour.
right now.
yeah.
In the winter, when you start driving, you'll be driving in the dark in the morning and night.
Yes.
Right now, because we're so far north,
Right.
I mean, not as far as north as other people, but
No.
we do get like 5 hours of dark time.
Right.
And then there's like an hour of dusk on dusk or dawn. But we do in the height of the summer.
Yeah, like nighttime right now is like 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah. And it will get to like, it'll be like 10:30 and it's still twilight. And then it's not like
Should be
dusk until
coming up
11.
in the next few days. Is
Yeah.
it the 21st, right?
20th or 21st.
Right. So
There's
a few
one
days.
season, I think there's, so the 4 changes, and I think 3 are the 21st and 1 is the 20th. But I can't ever remember.
I thought both the December and the June were the 21st.
And the other 2 were the 20th?
I don't know.
Oh, so it's 2 and 2 instead of 3 and 1?
I don't know. I think I remember both the shortest and the longest are 21st.
21st. Well, I know,
Or maybe it changes on leap year. Who knows?
you know what? I don't actually know. And neither of us have our phones, so.
It doesn't matter. This is the speculations channel. But anyway, I said all that to
Oh my
say
gosh, I'm so sorry.
to say this.
Beautiful clouds.
With the beautiful clouds
Mm-hmm.
and just like noticing things differently as I'm getting older.
Yes.
What is something recently that you've noticed that's been like maybe you appreciate it more or you're just like, yeah, I really don't like that.
Donuts.
You realize the fact that like you're just meh.
Donuts. But I think I
That was
said this
really
last
quick.
week.
You need to think about it a little bit. Don't just like be spouting off answers.
Well, I know for sure donuts.
What?
But I think I said
Huh?
it last week. I really
What?
thought that
Huh?
we're gonna have a conversation
No way.
outside if you keep talking. But I did talk about it last week, didn't I?
What?
Donuts.
I don't think so.
I don't really care for them.
I don't remember you.
I always
saying
thought that I
anything
did
about
like donuts, and I keep thinking to myself, "Oh, I like donuts." And then
Good
I
to know.
try them.
Diet Dr. Pepper all over again.
No, I do like Dr. Pepper, but it was not my favorite. Anywho, I just kept thinking I like them, and I keep trying them, and then halfway through I'm disappointed, and sometimes just the first bite I'm disappointed, and most of the time I get like heartburn from it.
It's a lot of sugar.
It's a lot of sugar and a lot
lot
of
of
deep
fat.
fried, and we don't do like deep fried food
Nope.
very often.
We don't definitely
Cauliflower
don't do a lot.
wings.
We definitely don't do a lot of it.
Right. I think
It's not high on our list because we even had the old tater tot crowns the other day, kind of as breakfast potatoes, and those did a number on us.
yeah.
Right.
I made like breakfast tachos. For Father's Day.
Yeah,
Yes. Anywho.
can't remember because you also made that bomb breakfast with the gravy and such. Couldn't
Saturday.
remember which day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was Saturday. Um, so yes, I just don't think that I like the idea of donuts. And I've had some like mochi donuts that I haven't like felt gross afterwards.
Uh-huh.
Um,
What's different in the
I
process?
think it's rice and wheat.
Interesting.
Or
Okay.
maybe just rice, but I think it's rice and wheat. I don't know. Maybe they're just like fried less, like for a short amount of time, or I really have no idea. I don't remember the last time I had a donut though, so it was just something that I had remembered and I was like, I really don't like this. So that I think that's something that I think I just like kept telling myself I really, really liked.
That's
Time.
so weird about donuts, though.
What?
Because I don't know. Because you like so many different sweet things. It's just weird to me. Like, oh, okay. I mean, it makes sense because, I mean, I view it the same way. Unless it's like a really good maple bar or maple bar with bacon on it, I don't really do donuts ever. Because they always make me feel like garbage afterwards. And okay, well, here's a question. Is it just donuts like Hostess donuts? Donuts like Safeway donuts where they're more like mass production donuts? Or do you feel the same about like your smaller mom and pop shops that make donuts? So they're all the same? Oh, okay. No, definitely not talking about like legendary donuts where it's like the size of your head. Those are
There's no
redonkulous.
way I'd be able to even
Right.
take down half that.
Right. And it's just for kicks and giggles. Like there's no reason you should eat a donut the size of a cake.
This on a daily basis. That's like a sometimes food. Like a
Like a sometimes before you want to go into a coma or
whatever makes you happy, I guess. I no, they are huge. I think it's all of them. All of them.
Okay.
Like I can't. I don't know. I
the-
think before there was like this little shop over my parents and everything would be like perfect and great and then halfway through that's when I'd be like, oh, I don't actually like this.
Okay.
This is actually hurting my stomach really bad.
Okay, do you feel the same about some dessert breads as well? Because there's a lot of butter, there's a lot of stuff, right? So like especially like the crumble top breads,
Oh,
that
so it would be
coffee
kind of
cake?
fried.
right?
No, coffee cake? Don't even get me started on coffee cake. I
You hate it?
am no, I love coffee cake, but I am livid. That's what its name is.
Why? Have you ever had it with coffee? Freaking amazing.
Yes. You have I understand that its
Freaking amazing.
name is coffee cake because it's a cake that you have with coffee.
Are you sad that it doesn't have coffee in it?
Yes. You don't have an apple cake and it's just a cake that you have with an apple. You don't have a pumpkin
What?
cake and you're like, this is a cake that's like perfect to have with like a slice of pumpkin.
Well, who do you know that's out there having slices of pumpkin?
Right, but if it says coffee cake, it should say what it is in it. It's not.
It's cake.
If you say like cinnamon cake, what kind of cake are you thinking?
Cake.
A vanilla cake that you have cinnamon next to.
Well, sometimes it's just a topping.
No, but it has cinnamon in it.
Potentially.
There's no coffee in coffee cake.
Okay.
It's just a cake that you have with coffee. But everything else says what it's in there.
Is it everything else?
Think about it. Help me.
I'm trying to think about it.
Because if you think of like cherry cake, it's not just a cake you have next to cherries.
Right.
Chocolate chip cake.
Okay. French dip. The juice is on the side.
Yeah, but it's
It's not in it. It's not in the juice.
No, it's called au jus. It's the juice. It's called the juice.
Uh-huh.
You don't look at the juice and call it that a French dip and then go, well, it's just something that I go with the meat on the side.
Yeah.
The French dip is a sandwich and it's an au jus. It's not called a French dip.
Okay,
Juice.
coffee cake is the same. You dip the cake in the coffee.
No.
Yeah.
Because the coffee cake is saying what it is included in it.
No, it's not. It's like
But
saying
when you
French
say-
dip. You don't call it a French sandwich. You call it a French dip. You need to dip it. Well, with coffee cake, you need the coffee to go with the cake.
No, this
Yeah.
is not the same one.
It's the same.
No, it's not.
Ha ha ha.
No, it's not. It is not. That's just like saying if you have buffalo wings, like clearly there's going to be ranch. And so obviously it's going to
There's no buffaloes harmed in that.
you can't
Nor
say
do
that
nor
au
do they have
jus-
wings.
You can't okay, you can't say right? You can't say like that the au jus.
Uh-huh.
It would be different if, okay, coffee cake and coffee. It'd be like if it was called an au jus dip.
It is.
No, it's called a French dip. And I understand, like, what you're saying, but it would be like saying this is a jus dip. And you'd be like, well, there's no jus in it. Oh, well, but you dip it in the jus.
Mm-hmm.
Or you just call it a juice sandwich, and you expect the juice to be inside. If someone said, I'm going to have a juicy sandwich, and then they handed it to you dry and you dipped it in something, you'd be like, that's misleading. You would expect the juice to be in it if it's called juicy.
Except for if they give it to you and they explain it, right? I think that maybe
but you
more
would
of your
have to-
frustration is coming from the fact, like, you didn't, it was coffee cake for so long, and then you're like, oh. And like,
Nobody says,
it was misleading.
oh, I'd love some coffee cake. Oh, perfect. And here's some coffee to dip. Would you like coffee to dip it in? People don't say that. They just go, oh, okay.
Right.
If you were like, I would like the juicy sandwich, and they're like, okay. And you're like, well, where's my juice?
To be fair to them,
Well,
a coffee cake is really good just by itself. But it's next level when you dip it.
right, but it's a little dry.
Yeah, can be.
But if you were to have a juicy sandwich with the juice on the side and they brought you a dry sandwich, you'd be like, this is good. A little dry.
Yeah, exactly.
Just put don't name it that thing then.
Why not? That's its intended purpose. We name things for their intended purpose, right?
A
A vehicle is a vehicle.
biscotti is not called a chocolate
Shark.
cork or a coffee cork.
Well,
If it
doesn't
were called a
cork
coffee
anything.
cork or a coffee cookie, I would expect coffee to be in the cookie.
No,
But it's
you
called a
can-
biscotti.
Yeah, what does that mean? Because it's a different language. It may
Probably
mean
biscuit.
coffee cookie.
Chocolate covered biscuit.
I mean, it could be coffee cookie at this point. We don't know.
Here's the thing. I don't even know anymore. But coffee cake is really good if you if you open it up
put it in coffee
and you
cake.
drizzle espresso on it. Coffee cake is delish.
I just brainwave here.
Okay.
What if we reduced down espresso and made like a syrup, an espresso syrup, and did like a drizzle on top? So it's not like super wet or anything, but just gives it that extra oomph.
Like a reduced balsamic vinaigrette.
Yes, but way better than balsamic.
Right. Turn the coffee into a sauce.
Yeah. And then it would be,
That would be
extra
delish.
caffeine-y. Zzz.
That would be delish.
Yeah.
Or even if you did like what is it, Delgado coffee, where you whip up
Oh, the-
sugar and water and
the
coffee
foam.
grounds and
Yeah.
it turns into like this thick. Even if you like did that and
Ooh.
then did one of those, but just like a little less sugar though, and then you just mixed it into, or you could do it regular sugar and then mix it into like some homemade whipping cream, just the whipped, and then you add the sugar
With a
for the whipped cream would be
couple
in the chocolate stuff.
sugars on top to creme.
Oh, the creme brulee.
Yeah, make it a little crunchy.
Okay, sir, you were talking about donuts and beatus.
Uh-huh. I'm a fat kid. It's
You're like,
fine.
I'm really good.
I'm really good at being
coming
a
up with
fat
some
kid.
great ideas.
So,
Oh, it's true.
any hoozles.
You're good.
If you
at
can't
coming
tell,
up
we
with
like
stuff.
food a little bit.
I
Anyway,
wouldn't say we're foodies. You're like, we're foodies. And I'm like,
yeah, we're not that pretentious.
are you?
We just like food, and we like to make them
I don't
different,
even really
different
like
ways.
to go out to eat a lot of times.
No. Yeah, see,
It's
that's
so
the thing. To be a
expensive.
foodie, well, there's that. But to be a foodie, I think you would. Maybe we just can't find the right places. But we're not like super impressed with what's out there.
Yeah, a lot
I'd
of
much rather
times.
eat at home.
Yeah, a lot of times I'm like, oh, we just spent $60. And I feel very sad.
Right?
I feel like I am out $60 instead of like I am up an experience.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, Z's.
But that's okay. I'll keep trying.
I'll keep trying. Can't keep me down.
I'll keep trying. Here I am stimulating the economy.
So funny.
One kitchen at a time.
So funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I just wanted to like find out if there was anything, that you would notice that you've been appreciating more or less. I guess you went with the
Less
less.
donuts. More time.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Time, what do you mean?
I don't know. Maybe I don't remember how many years ago it was, but I was so, gosh, maybe it was several years ago. I was so like, oh, I can't wait for this, or I can't wait for that, or I can't wait until a certain time, or whether it was a specific month coming up or until vacation or
An event.
yeah, or until a certain like attitude was over with a certain child. I would just be like, oh, I can't wait till this is over.
Yeah.
Like, I can't wait until like this isn't. And one day I was just like, when this one day is over, I'm going to miss it. When, like, even in the midst of being frustrated, trying to communicate with a teenager, or I'm upset with something at work, or I'm really excited to go on vacation. I don't know. Something said, if you wish away all of the in between and you only live from mountaintop to mountaintop, then are you really living?
Right.
And so and I was like wishing away days. I was wishing away time almost to get to that next thing, because that's what, we look forward to the weekend, or we look forward to and so from that moment, it was, even if I'm excited for something, trying to make sure that I hold on to time, because, I mean, people tell you all the time when you're young that the older you get, the faster time moves. And I remember the first time I recognized that time moved faster for me. I think I was in late elementary or early middle school. And I recognized, oh my goodness, this school year went so fast. And every other time before then, anytime I thought about school, it was like, oh, that took forever. Oh, I'm gonna have so much time in the summer. It's gonna last forever. I remember in that moment going, man, that year went fast. This summer's gonna go fast. Oh no. Oh. I remember thinking, like, it's going to come so fast, the new school year. And I was almost like paralyzed into figuring out what to do because I was so afraid of the end of the summer.
Oh,
Like, I was
yeah.
afraid of losing that time.
Yeah.
So, not like, yeah. I was just like, oh my gosh. It was, anyway, when I stopped, I was like, oh, that's when it, I don't know if that's when it started, but I think that's when maybe I recognized and it became a thing that now I can, as an adult, I understand a bit more, but saving something to hold on to for later because it's not going to last forever.
Right.
So, like, I will not eat something
Yeah.
special.
You do it with everything.
Right. I'll have, like, a soda. He'll bring me home or, like, water. Oh, if I have a Fiji water. Sometimes I'll put it in the fridge, and I will leave it in the fridge because I want to drink it at a special time. Not, like, on an anniversary or something. Just, like, a time where I'm really parched, and it just sounds perfect, that flavor of water.
Mm-hmm.
And then it'll be there for a long time. And he's like, are you going to drink that? And I'm like, no, it's not like the perfect time. Mm-hmm. Or it'll be chocolate that we got from like the Dominican Republic when we went to a chocolate thing.
3
farm.
years ago.
3 years ago. And I still have a bar of chocolate. But I was so afraid to not have it as a memory and as an experience again that I waited and
now
and
it's
now
like
the chocolate is
dust.
not good. Now it's chocolate dust. It's not tasty anymore. But yeah.
Yep.
I don't know. I think that's when I started without understanding the whole like thing behind it, because that hasn't happened till like in recent years when Chris is like, why do you do that? And I'm like, do what? I didn't realize it was something that I was doing or that it was even something that like other people did.
Right.
I just thought like, I have to save this. It's something so special.
Right. And I'm of the thing like, it's special. You have it. It's there for you to use. Use it. It's you have it. It's special. Wear it. Like,
Yeah, but I'm afraid that
yeah,
then I won't be able to find it again.
I get,
I won't be able to like.
I get all of those things, but at the same time, why even have it in the first place? Because it's not being used.
No, yes. And you've been very good in the last couple of years since like recognizing what I was doing and helping me to recognize what I was doing to actually enjoy the thing and just do it. And if I never have another one or it's a really long time, that's okay. Because there's also the excitement and the anticipation of it happening again, even if I have like finished that thing.
Right, because my big thing is like, say with the chocolates, right? You'd have probably still had most or all of them still up there 3 years later, and they would have all been chocolate dust, and then you would have not had the actual memory anyway, like to call back on
Or the experience.
because it all went
Bad.
south, right? And I mean, we all come up with grand plans. I do grand plans too. Like, oh yeah, I'll do this later, and then the thing gets ruined, and you're like, well, all right then, you know. So yeah, I'm very much. If I get you something, and I know sometimes you save stuff, and I'm just like, but I bought it for you to enjoy.
Like right now. And I'm like, right, but like, I want to make sure I have it later. And then he's like, I will get you, if you really love it, I will get you another one at a different time.
Yeah. Okay.
Like,
so
this isn't the only one left of these in the world.
So same goes for like extra special things, as in like spa days or massages,
I have stuff saved up.
or any of those things.
Because what if when I'm poor one day I really want a massage or a spa day and I can't treat myself to that because I'm poor and I used it already?
What if one day when you go to use it finally because you're poor and you really need a massage and then they're out of business?
Oh.
You get what I'm saying?
I mean, I do.
But
is it weird? Like, I feel
it's
really hard to take time for myself and do something for myself.
No, I understand that.
Like, it feels I don't know.
But at the
almost
same time,
wasteful to like spend all that time on myself.
At the same time, well, but if you spend time on yourself, then in turn I'm not trying to sound selfish in this, but you're in turn better
Taking
everywhere
care of
else.
you.
No, I'm just saying everywhere else.
Yes.
Whether it be taking care of people at the coffee shop or,
Yes.
and whatever you're doing because you've had that time.
Now, here's the thing. If somebody were to come to me and say the same thing, I know exactly what to say.
Well, what's that?
The same thing that you just said. Like, you're better at you have a bigger capability of taking care of people better if you have taken care of yourself first. I understand you can only pour from a full cup. You can't pour from an empty cup. I get that. I mean, without the Lord, but you don't want to burn out either. So, but that's the thing. Like, I think with serving with church or other things, it's you just essentially work yourself to the bone until you burn out, and then people notice that you're burnt out, and then they recommend that you have a break.
Uh-huh.
So taking care of oneself does not.
Yeah, but see, I recognize before you're burnt out and then give you things to help you not be burned out, and then you still don't use them.
I think you're just gonna have to set the time and be like, all right, we have, what do we have going on Saturday? And we're like, we have nothing on this one Saturday. And you're like, okay. And then you set it up and you're like, this is what you have planned. And I'm like, oh, okay, thank you.
Yeah, but then you'll say, but I'm not really that sore. I'll
No,
save it for later.
no. If you do it, then I can't save it. I think that's
Darn
what's gonna have to
tootin'.
happen. Oh my gosh.
I mean, because the same
Well, I
thing
didn't know
goes
this was
for-
therapy session.
Same
We were
thing
talking
goes-
about clouds.
Go clowns? You want to talk
Clouds. No, thank you. I don't want to talk about clowns.
about my range days that I haven't used yet?
Yeah, you really
Right.
do.
I'm also really busy. But
Currently, that's a big thing right now.
yeah.
Is that work is taking a lot of time right now while everything is getting set up and the team is being
Yeah.
supported.
Yep. And it's,
Oh, fellas.
further away. But it'll get better.
It will.
It'll be better in the end. If it's not yet better, it's not yet the end.
Yeah.
That's right.
Hey, you can tell you're on the older side.
What? What are you trying to say?
Nothing, sweetheart.
You can't tell it by the salt in my paprika.
There's a lot more salt in his paprika lately.
It's like you
It's
keep
cute.
putting it there on purpose.
If I could, you're slowly morphing into Santa Claus.
I know, that's what I'm saying. You're just like adding stress.
No, I'm adding love.
joking.
It's tinsel.
joking.
You're morphing into Santa.
Oh, yes. I've already got the, belly for it, so.
That's good. You're like partially way there. I'm excited.
But yeah, clouds.
Clouds, man.
Clouds, they be clouding.
Yeah. Any hoot. Time. That was my thing
Yeah.
that I've been taking care of, paying attention to.
Paying attention to.
Yeah.
So, what have you guys been paying attention to? What have you noticed in your life that maybe didn't seem significant previously, but now is significant? Or maybe you're just noticing it more?
Or something that seemed super important when you were younger, and now you realize it's much less important.
Right.
Or you don't like it. Something you've been gaslighting yourself into believing you enjoy, but you really don't.
So, yeah, go ahead and tell us down in the comments.
Yeah.
Like the video, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. And we will see you again later.
Oh, hold on. Shout out to Tirza. Okay. Bye.
Bye.